Okay, this video is about making bean burritos and making this for my friend Jorge so he can eat better. Okay, so basically I take three packages of beans and just kind of wash them. And this is the best here in Ecuador. I really like these red beans. And this is, we couldn't get we only were able to get 2 packages of the red beans, and this is another kind of bean that'll work, but these are the best as far as making bean burritos. So put those in the pot, and basically I'll open up this bag. So basically washing these green looking beans. You're washing them in hot water, just get all the slime and whatever is on them from sitting in a plastic bag for so long. And then just throw them in the pot with the rest of the beans and let this cook for about 3 or 4 hours till the beans are really soft. So we'll just keep this on high and it'll be cooking here all afternoon. If you're making bean burritos, you got to start early, get it on the stove, so by the time dinner time comes around, these guys are done. Okay, so here we are back in the evening. As you can see, it is dark outside, and cooking some onions in olive oil. The beans are all cooked. You can see I didn't get a chance to show you what they look like in the pot, but anyway, that's actually they used up all the water, so they kind of sucked it all in, and there's not too much drainage underneath, as you can see. And these are our burritos that we get, and I'll show you how we do that. So right now I'm cooking some onions, and we got the brown rice over here already cooked, so that's ready to go. Onions are cooking, and I'm going to throw the beans in here. This is like 3 bags of beans that are showed. Okay. And let's see, then we're going to go here and grab some ketchup. Probably use, you can use like a half a bag of ketchup. That gives you the tomatoey taste, and I'll tell you about what kind of herbs I'm going to be using here soon. But anyway, that's the tomato that we use. Alright, so I'm going to throw some ketchup in there, like that. So, a bunch of ketchup in there. You know, you can put a little bit, you can put a lot, you know, it's up to you. It's just more sugar. It does give it a nice flavor. And then I'm going to add some cumin. Okay, these are 3 spices that I use here in Ecuador. Definitely going to... Cumin is the most important one, I think, for when you're making bean burritos. Lots of cumin we put in there. The other spice I put in is ají, which is like, I don't have a whole lot of it in this bag here, but it's just like a hot pepper spice. That's the end of the ají. And the ajo, which is basically garlic powder. Put a bunch of that in there. And then I'm going to add some water. Okay, so I'm going to add some water to this, and you're going to hear it frizzle when I get it down in there, because I probably could use some more water, so we're going to get some more water. Okay, so we're going to do some stirring here with the spices, and you can see, how watery it is. You want to have it pretty watery so it kind of simmers. And you kind of want to. I initially cooked the onions in olive oil. So that kind of gives it a little bit of oil in the beans. But you really want to mash them down now. Kind of make, the kind of beans you'd find on a bean burrito, basically refried, I guess you'd say. That's what we're doing here, we're refrying the beans. I might have put a little bit too much water, but it'll sit here and simmer, especially while I'm making the bean burritos. So smash down basically is kind of the next project here. And as you can see, they're getting to be like what you would find on a bean burrito, just mushed up beans. But you know, you gotta let them cook. You gotta let them cook for about 3 or 4 hours, you know, to get them really soft. Otherwise, it's really hard to digest. And you know, it's really nice when you have a prepper in your house, like my son Elijah. He preps all the veggies and the onions and all the different things we're putting on, avocado, and I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so I'm going to let this mush here kind of like simmer. I'm going to lower the heat a little bit here. It's a little bit too much. Just want to just get, oh, lost it there. So you want to just like really low simmer and just let it sit here and kind of cook for a while. So all those spices and ketchup and everything just kind of merge with the beans. Okay. So here's our bean burritos. This is the brand we use. It's a pretty good brand, Bimbo brand we use here. And I think they're like about $1.75 for, I guess they give me 2 extra here, so it's like 10. Normally come with 8. And then here's, we prep the onions, prep the tomatoes we put on there, prep some guacamole. Basically has some guacamole here that we'll put in. And I'll show you when we start making them. We'll show what that all looks like. Okay, so we're about ready to make a bean burrito here. So you put the skillet on. This is a really nicely coated skillet, so I use that a lot. You put it on full blast. You want to get it really hot. I also have a cast iron here, which really works great in frying burritos. And so we're going to let that heat up here and throw a bit of olive oil. I use olive oil for cooking the burritos. If I don't have that, sometimes I use butter, but so we can put a little olive oil, and then we're going to let that heat up, take a minute, and then we'll come back and throw a tortilla in it. Okay, so while that's kind of heating up, I'm going to do a little bit of stirring here, get this really mushed up. And as you can see, it looks like refried beans. Yum, yum, yum. And you know, with the brown rice, you get the complete protein, all your amino acids. All right, so I'm going to grab a burrito over here and kind of see. You got a little, yeah, we can hear a little action going there. You don't want to put it in too soon. Yeah, I think it needs to get a little hotter. So we're going to wait just a second. Okay, so I'll put the burrito down like that, and then I'm going to turn it over so one side doesn't get all the oil, and then I'll turn it back around again. Okay, and we'll just let it. Let's see, a lot of oil on that side, so we'll let that side cook. And you may want to turn the heat down to medium. Sometimes I do that. When I'm finished cooking the burrito, I'll just take it off the skillet like that because you don't want the pan to get too hot. So you can see it's starting to kind of bubble up, and you flip it over. You don't want to put too much oil, but you want to make sure you have enough. Looks like our beans is getting a little too, we need to turn that down. It should be just a real small flame there. We don't want to burn the beans. Alright, so this things look like it's cooking pretty good, and turn it over maybe in one other time. Okay, so I'm going to get a plate here. Alright. And put the bean burrito. A lot of times when there's a lot of oil on one side, I'll keep that up. And we're going to, then let's see here. Okay, we're going to get the skillet off the fire. We're going to go put this thing together. What I'm going to do now is get some beans on this burrito here, this bad boy. And put some rice. Put a little bit of rice on there, like that. And then we're gonna step over here to the counter, and we're gonna make it an amazing burrito. Put some onions on there. Put some tomatoes on there. Some guacamole on there. Like that. And you can throw on some hot sauce if you have it, any kind of sauce. And then we're going to fold this guy here, like that. Fold it one side over, and then just kind of bring it together, like that. And there you go. There is a Daniel burrito. I'll end up making about 15 of these because the kids love them. They'll eat 2 each. And you can just pick this thing up here and like that, and just put it in your mouth and eat it. Cool. All right, that's it. That is the burrito.
And this was Cooking with Daniel Lupinski.
No. Okay, you know, one thing, little addendum to my video here. My daughter came up with this, and it's putting some salt in there. And it has a really nice taste when you put a little bit of salt in your burrito and then cook it. So here we go. You can see that cooking. So this is the little addition. And again, you let it cook. And you see it bubble up and rise. And you keep flipping it around. You can see the bubbling up there. And there, nice puffed up. This will be ready to go in a second. I'm going to make one more here for you to see. One last one. Get some beans on there, some rice on there. Okay, and then we're going to go over here to the counter and start adding our stuff. Tomatoes, onions, and got a little hot sauce here, a little red pepper. He likes it hot. I like mine hot too. And then a little guacamole over there by the beans. And I would say this is a heart special burrito. It's good for the heart. It's very low in fat. We just roll it, turn it in, roll it, and then you get yourself a nice burrito. And then that's it. All right, very good.